Ready.
Cool. Wait for everyone to join. Everyone's obviously not sitting waiting today. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're all doing good. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes until the rest of you are in. Crazy weather today, right? I know you guys can't respond back to me, but it's crazy weather. I'm just going to say. Hey, Tracy Ann. Okay. All right, so we'll get started and then everyone else that's registered can join when they're ready to. So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Sonal from Khyva Luxury Hampers. Sonal and I have known each other for quite a few years now, actually, I think, isn't it? Yeah. And she sent me some of her product and I can just say, it's incredible. Like, it is luxury and it's gorgeous and it just makes such a wonderful impression. But she's not here to talk so much about that as actually to give advice and support to anybody who is responsible for gifting in their business. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Sonal, and I'll hand over.
Thanks very much, Hannah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Sonal Lalji, and I am the founder of Khyva, the Luxury Gifting Concierge. What I thought I'd do is I talk you through kind of, why corporate gifting is so important, how and why I started Khyva, a couple of products that we do, what products are hot right now in terms of Christmas gifting, and what are the current issues that as the gifting company we're facing, and we're trying to get other, our clients to get organized with Christmas because of these issues. So I'm going to jump right in, but as Hannah has said on the chat, please do feel free to kind of raise your hand. We have got time for Q&A at the end, but during the talk, please do raise your hand if you have any questions. So off I go. So firstly, welcome. Thank you for joining the webinar today. I guess the first thing to probably start with is why I started Khyva. Khyva is the combination of my twins' names, Kyle and Eva, and I started the gifting company whilst on maternity leave. My background is predominantly banking, and I'm an accountant by trade. I started Khyva, or came up with the idea because when I left banking after I think about seven years, and I was gifted my maternity gift. I was having twins, and I was lucky enough to get 144 muslins made into kind of a cake. I was gifted size 16 pajamas and a travel book on the world's best beaches. Needless to say, obviously on the train home, I did feel very, very deflated. And, after 7 years of working for the bank, I would have thought my manager would have known a little bit more about me, or at least had put a little bit more thought into the gift, because I was going on maternity leave. So whilst on maternity leave, I was saying to my husband that there must be, a company out there that thinks about the recipient, puts the recipient at the forefront, and challenges, companies to kind of think more about who and why they're gifting. As I tried to research, yes, there are a number of gifting companies out there, but I guess it's kind of having a company who will think about who you're gifting. So if your recipient is, to say thank you to a client, who is that client? Is it someone that you just, signed a deal with? Do we need to say thank you? Is it a long-standing client? Is it internal employee gifting? And I also found that you kind of had to pick and choose from various different companies, and it was quite difficult to find a one-stop shop that could do the branding, that could do a store and ship service, that could, work with high-end brands such as Cowshed, Ted Baker, Molton Brown, and bring different elements and different gifts together to get one presentation box ready for the recipient. So here we are. Khyva was born 4 years ago now, and you know, gifting, like I put up on the slide, gifting is a gesture that should bring a smile, no matter what the occasion is. Generally in the workspace, I mean, I used to organise quite a bit of gifting for promotions myself, so I know that it can be stressful and quite time consuming. And it's not something, whilst it's very important, it's always sometimes kind of pushed to the back. You know, I've got 100 other things to do. I'll get to that. I'll get it. And then we tend to, you know, get onto Fortune and Mason or get onto the well-known hamper companies without actually putting much thought into it because it's easy. So our mission at Khyva is to make it simple. Let's make gifting easy. Let's put the fun back into gifting and make it as easy as it's intended to be, but still as personal, as if you had spent hours creating this amazing gift. So all of our hampers are designed with both the recipient and your brand in mind. We think about who you're gifting, why you're gifting, and we also think about your company as a whole. So today's webinar is to, you know, introduce Khyva, talk about kind of how we can solve a lot of gifting issues, but also to kind of talk around the current issues that are in the marketplace at the moment with gifting. At the end of today's webinar, I will send all of you who that have joined an email with my contact details. If you would like help with gifting, I'd be more than happy to help send proposals or have a call to kind of talk through what we can do. At the bottom of the first slide, you can see some of the companies that we currently work with. So Marriott, Weller, Great Hotels of the World. We recently have started doing some gifting for Champneys, and it is about a long-term relationship. That is really, really important to us at Khyva HQ, is creating that long-term relationship. So moving on, what gifting options can we offer? So there are a number of gifting options out there. We have a pre-designed collection of gifts to go. So these are pre-designed hamper boxes, already designed with your recipient in mind, whether it's congratulating someone on a new baby, a new home, a thank you for a new client, or a leaving present for an employee. There's also the option to design your own, and they start at £50. All of our hampers are presented in a black and rose gold branded Khyva keepsake box, and we wrap each individual gift placed and nestled in black zigzag straw in the box. We do, like I said, offer a large selection of branding and bespoke options, as well as a store and ship service. And just a bit more on kind of the store and ship service. We know that with branding and bespoke options, there are often minimum order quantities. So for example, we offer branded boxes and our minimum order quantity is 50. So if you have a campaign or you have a gifting occasion and it's only going to require 25 or 30, we can basically do a batch of branded boxes for 50, and then we will store the remaining 20. And as and when you need to send them out, we will then send them out. So that's our store and ship service. And the other thing that's really, really important to us is we offer complimentary logo printing on a gift card. You send us a personal gift message and we will print your logo complimentary, and it will be put in a translucent envelope and put into the hamper and sent on to your recipient. So a few examples of what we do. You can see in the top left-hand corner that this is Let the Fun Be Gin. This is our absolute bestseller. It is £55, and it's got, what we try to do at Khyva is we try to ensure that not only do the products complement each other, so you've kind of got some gin with some popcorn and some chocolate to kind of complement when you're having a drink of the gin, but also the color palette matches. So as soon as they open the box, you know, visually it's stunning without even knowing what's in there. In the middle, we've got our very new hamper that was launched today called Tea-alicious, and that's got, you know, kind of 4 boxes of biscuits, both from Whittard of Chelsea and Cartwright and Butler. You've got a tea stack from Whittard of Chelsea, and then some lovely double-walled thermal tea glasses. And in the corner, you've got pink bubbles, which is some Prosecco popcorn, a cocktail book, and lovely glasses to also complement it. So you can see that the colour palette matches, but then we match all of the products internally within the hampers too. So let's look at some fun gifting facts. 81%, so all these facts are taken from surveys done within the last 3 years. So 81% of employees have been disappointed by past Christmas gifts, and a branded mug was voted the worst employee corporate gift. We've done quite a bit of research ourselves in the last couple of years. And I would definitely say, when we are talking to clients and we are talking about, you know, branded gifts, like branded hats, branded jackets and things like that, we try to make sure that the client is thinking about who they're gifting. Is that employee going to feel special if they have a lovely, you know, bobbly hat with the Christmas, you know, with the company logo on it? So we really do make sure that we speak to you and really understand who it is you're gifting and why you're gifting. 63% of companies credited gift giving as a factor in their improved customer relationships with their clients. We have seen a number of clients come back to us and say, oh, right, we need to, you know, we've had that client, we've just signed another deal with that client, or, you know, we've now, it's now created more business. We want to send out more hampers, similar hampers. So we can definitely see, you know, kind of the positive benefits of getting gifting right. The British Gift Satisfaction Survey, 57% of the respondents there said that gifts can impact their opinion of a business partner, both positively and negatively. And over 60% of external clients who received a branded gift disposed of it before they got home. So it really is important to really understand the client that you're gifting. You know, if it is to say thank you, let's get something in there to say thank you. One of the things we always advise when we are gifting helping to gift external clients is put something in that's memorable. So for example, we have a whiskey hamper, and we have a lovely bottle of Hague in there, but we also have whiskey glasses with real oak wood coasters. So that's memorable. That's going to stay in your client's office. That's going to be taken home and had drinks with, you know, either other clients, friends, and then you're going to talk. You're going to talk about where you got that gift from, who got it for you. And that's the kind of traction, that's the kind of conversation and memorable gift that we help you create. Moving on. So why is corporate gifting so important? It's important because it's helping you create a touch point, whether that's a touch point with your employees, because like I said, they've had a baby, they've gone on to get married, they're moving into a new home, they've got promoted, you've got a client, you've just signed a new client, you're saying thank you to an existing client, or prospects. You know, all of gifting is basically creating that touch point for you. It's creating that memory. And as we all know, businesses run on relationships. They run on internal relationships and external relationships. When you gift, it helps to strengthen that relationship, and it's a celebration. It's a happy occasion that kind of bring people together. You'll often have people coming, you know, when they've been gifted, thank you for the gift. You know, it was very kind of you. You didn't have to. And then it starts to create other conversation around that. Another thing that we always highlight with our clients, and we help them to kind of look after their internal employees throughout the whole year, is internal gifting is just as important. So you can see from my own personal experience and my own story, you know, leaving to go on maternity leave after being with a bank for several years and feeling absolutely deflated with a book about the top 50 beaches. That wasn't personal. And, you know, I think that when you do get it right with your employees, that creates a personal bond. When you create a personal bond, it increases motivation. It kind of increases and boosts morale with your team. And what do you need to consider when you're gifting, and what do we help you consider? So in the beginning of the kind of the beginning of the pack, I said that, you know, here at Khyva, mission is to make it easy for you. There are 101 things that you have to do, and we are here to make it easy for you. So there are a number of things that, you know, we help you consider. And the first one is let's make the gift memorable. Let's make it relevant to the, you know, the occasion. We often get asked about gift cards. And, you know, I want to send out, you know, a John Lewis or a Amazon gift card to, you know, a team or, you know, kind of the whole company. And whilst, yes, gift cards are a safe choice, they don't create or generate that memory that strengthens that personal connection. And actually, in a survey done last year, they found that it was one of the most impersonal corporate gifts you could give, was actually a gift card. So I think the next one is tailoring the gift to the recipient. So let's consider dietary. Let's think about any cultural, you know, do they drink alcohol? Do they, you know, are they vegan? You know, do we need to think about kind of why we're giving the gift? Like, is it that the person is, you know, like I said, going on to have a baby? Is it that we're going to say thank you? You know, let's tailor it to the recipient and the occasion. The key is choosing the right gift for the right person. Now, when we're doing hampers, we're not just choosing one gift, we're choosing multiple gifts. And it, you know, it makes it that little bit more special when you've got one box and you've got, you know, 4 or 5 gifts in there that have been tailored to you. So for example, you know, all our baby hampers, all of the products in there are suitable for use for pregnant women. There's nothing in there that they can't use. You know, when we think about vegan, who says vegan hampers have to be, you know, kind of not fun? There's a stigma attached to the fact that, you know, well, it's not going to be as tasty or they're not going to be as fun. Absolutely not. You know, we work with a number of companies who provide vegan and, you know, sustainable gifting. And it's just about choosing that right gift. And that's where we come in and take kind of the workload off. Sending a personal note, I think, you know, without a doubt, this is the most single powerful thing you can do. Making it personal to them when they read that note and they know it's personal to them, whether it's congratulating them on a promotion or, you know, thanking them for a deal or thanking them for an introduction. You know, it's one of the things when I started Khyva, I made sure that that was one thing that I was always going to do, whether it's a handwritten note or a printed note, we can do both. But as I said in the beginning, all of our hampers come with a personal note where your logo is printed complimentary on there. You send us a personal note and we print it in and put it in with the hamper. So the gifting experience. So as we all know, you know, one of the things that one of my friends is a chef, and she told me that, you know, people taste with their eyes first. And that's basically how chefs dictate how artfully they present their creations on a plate, because they know that they're going to taste with their eyes. It's the same thing with gifting. People, you know, basically you buy with your eyes first. It's got to visually be stunning. We need to make it, well, we call it here at Khyva a luxury unboxing experience. What's going to make them remember that gift experience that you give them? It's the packaging that it arrives in. It's that personal note card. It's a luxury gift box. And I think it's often underestimated that every one of these adds serious value to your gift, and kind of that experience of unboxing it, unwrapping it, and seeing what's inside. So what are the current issues? There are, you know, quite a few. We get, you know, emails on a daily basis. You know, there are supply delays at the moment. You know, we sent out our Christmas gifting menu a couple of weeks ago, and we had said that we were going to close our books a lot earlier than we closed our books last year, simply because there are a number of supplier delays at the moment due to COVID and the current shortages of heavy good vehicle drivers. That obviously was heightened by the petrol crisis. There is a huge delay on packaging lead times at the moment. So to give you an example, you know, zigzag straw that we kind of put into our boxes and uses the packaging, you're looking at about 5 weeks, 6 weeks just to get your hands on some black, blue, red craft straw. You know, branded boxes, they're around currently 6 weeks, and that's if they have the packaging in stock. So we really are encouraging all of our clients to get in touch early. Let's get the orders finalized, and make sure that we can definitely deliver, and get all of our orders in with our suppliers. We send all of our hampers track delivery with DPD and DHL. So this year, just last week, we got an email from DHL who has said that they are now going to bring their Christmas cutoff date early for guaranteed delivery for Christmas. So they are going to publish that next week, but they envisage it to be anywhere up to a week earlier than it was last year. International delivery. So you might see that from Fortin and Mason and across a number of other hamper companies, they are not doing EU delivery. Some are not even doing international delivery. So there is, you know, huge issues with Brexit, COVID, etc. So, you know, we also have paused EU delivery at the moment. There is absolutely no transparency over customs, duties, and the tracking is pretty much non-existent. So whilst you can send a hamper out, you have no idea if the recipient at the other end is going to be charged any customs or duty. So on that basis, we have decided to pause it at the moment. What we have done is we are working directly with a gifting company in the US who are very, very similar to ourselves. They, you know, they do focus on the kind of the recipient and the branding, and they try to replicate what we do here. So we're working directly with them, which means that if you are looking to send out gifts to the US, there will be no duties, no charges, no issues with delivery, because it will be sent out directly from the US, all tracked, and we will do that all from the Khyva HQ here and liaise with them on your behalf. So let's look at some of the products that are kind of hot right now, should I say. So you know, there is a huge focus this year on non-alcoholic hampers. We have seen probably 25%, 30% increase in requests for non-alcoholic hampers. So you can see there you've got the Wittard, A Feast of Tea, which is individual boxes of lovely tea that are filled with individual tea bags that can be shared as a team, can be left in an office space, or even taken home and given to one recipient. On that note, one thing I wanted to kind of talk about that we laughed about last year actually was we had one client who came to us and said, you know, so I want to send some hampers in for the team to share, and you know, I want to make sure it's a sharing hamper. You know, I've got some ideas of candles, diffusers, maybe some kind of stationery, and I said to my client, hold on a second, if you're going to gift something for a team and you're going to gift something into an office, sending a candle can't be lit in an office. Nobody can share that. That's not for a team. Someone will have to pick to take that gift home. Again, with a diffuser, you might have a diffuser in a bathroom or possibly in a reception space, but again, it's not a sharing gift. And the client was so thankful because they actually hadn't thought of that. They had just seen in our catalogue these candles and diffusers which visually looked great, but were they practical? Had we thought about the recipient? Had we thought of why we were gifting? So again, that's one of the things that we really do help you do at Khyva is, you know, think about, you know, if you are gifting for a team, let's get fun things in there. Let's get something in there for everybody, you know, whether it's vegan, non-alcoholic, you know, sharing items like crackers and mince pies and nuts and chocolates, but let's make it fun. Let's make it, you know, it's been a difficult 2 years. People are now starting to go back into the office. So let's make it, you know, inclusive for everybody. Everybody can share. So you've got the Feast of Tea there. A couple of weeks ago, Horse Guards, London Dry Gin, they introduced this lovely hamper here, cracker, sorry, which has a little bottle of gin and then a mixer there. The packaging is amazing. It is very, very nice. It sits in with a lot of lovely other products. We've done some of these hampers for a client with some chocolates and nibbles, which are going out to their individual employees at Christmas. We've got the Lexon mini speaker. So this speaker is probably about that small in reality. So I'm not sure if it's the world's smallest Bluetooth speaker, but it is definitely very, very small. It's waterproof. It's a great keepsake. And as I was saying during the presentation, that a keepsake, something that's memorable, something that you can talk about. You really, you know, especially with key clients and employees, you want to get those kind of gifts in there. It wouldn't be Christmas without some mince pies, and Cartwright and Butler introduced these new mulled wine spiced bags this year. Definitely my personal favourite. I have tried and tested them. They are absolutely amazing. And, you know, talking about supplier issues, as I was just talking about on my previous slide, these actually have a 5-week order lead time on them. So whilst we have a batch order in for them, you can see that, you know, kind of where they are now facing delays, we are going to face the delays, and then those delays get passed on. One of the big focuses last year, and I think again is going to be this year, is around well-being. Definitely after, you know, the last couple of years that we've had and what everybody has been through, well-being is right up there. So we've got the Cowshed Ultimate Sleep Set, which smells absolutely amazing, literally like a spa. And then you've got the Wonderflower Sleep Well kit. So this basically is it comes in sustainable packaging. There is no plastic. It is vegan. The smells are amazing, and it definitely was one of our best sellers last year, and I think it's going to be again this year. And then you've got some Love Cocoa gingerbread truffles. I love working with Love Cocoa. You know, they're a great brand. Again, focused on sustainability. They don't use plastic. And for every chocolate bar or, you know, box of truffles that they sell, they plant a tree. So again, to me, you know, Love Cocoa is a small company. We're a small company. We love supporting other small companies. You know, Horse Guards Gin, for example, again, is a small company. So it's kind of to give you the best of both worlds, to give you those high-end brands that we all know and love, but then also something different, something that you might not have heard of, but is just as exciting. So this is kind of what's hot right now. We do have a Christmas catalogue. I will definitely speak to Hannah and kind of get you out the Christmas catalogue for you to kind of see the options that we've put together this year. And I think that was pretty much it from me. I hope that you found that useful. And it's kind of was going to open up to Q&A now. So if anybody's got any questions, absolutely happy to kind of help where I can.
Thank you so much, Sonal. Sorry, my cold is exacerbated whilst we were there. Are there any questions at all for Sonal, or any comments or on anything? I've got a question for you, which is, what is the most popular hamper? Is it that gin one, or is there another or particular product?
It's absolutely Let the Fun Be Gin. So I mean, to give you an idea, we have 100 of them pre-made every Monday, and they're pretty much out the door and done by Tuesday. So they are our absolute bestseller.
Wow. Yeah, Megan's just commented. Wowzers. Might need to get my hands on one of those then. Any other questions at all? So we've got one coming. Would love to know what gifts you recommend instead of the candles and diffusers. I would assume that's for like a well-being hamper or gift. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. So hi Samantha, thank you for joining. So I think around if I take it on kind of well-being, we do last year and actually again this year, we've done so much around sleep masks, luxury hot water bottles, comfy socks, bath salts. You know, we've done a lot around kind of the bespoke. We've done branded speakers to kind of like do relaxing music. We've done a lot of well-being products. So focusing on whether it's female or male. We've done like body oils, shower gels, bubble baths, that kind of thing. Is that what you were thinking, Samantha, around well-being?
I would assume it's coming at it from the wellbeing angle. Yeah, she said.
Perfect. And we do work with, you know, a number of, so it's not just kind of, we focus on, you know, if, let's say, for example, Cowshed, we will say to you, look, you know, the best sleep mask is from Cowshed, and the best shower gel is from Molten Brown, and the best bath salts are from Rituals. So it's really about combining a number of brands. Even we work with a great bath salt, a local bath salts company up in Cotswolds, and they make bath salts and candles. So we do work with smaller companies as well, and it's just kind of like bringing them all together.
Love it. And I love the Love Cocoa on planting trees as well, because that's close to our heart. So it's fantastic. Okay, are there any other questions from anybody at all? No? Fab. All right, well, thank you so much again, and hopefully you've all found that useful and managed to take some top tips away. Sonal will, I bet the research that goes into these products is heavenly. Trying to talk us through that?
Definitely, Megan. Yeah. The chocolate tasting, and definitely when we get our shipments from Rituals and Cowshed. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I could think of worse jobs to be in than yours, Sonal, that's for sure. Okay, good. Well, thank you so much. And as I say, hopefully that was useful for everybody in terms of some tips and insight into what's happening with the gifting industry this year, as well as general gifting outside of that. So yeah, really appreciate your time, and we'll follow up with the slides and the recording and everything. And also, who out of you guys that joined is the winner of the luxury hamper. So you're going to get to preview exactly what Sonal does for her clients. Thanks.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining.
Take care. Thanks, Sonal.
Bye.
Bye-bye.